Are you looking for the next PUBG esports fix? Well, the PCS Charity PUBG tournament is just round the corner, so I thought I'd give you an in-depth look into how the tournament's going to play out, the teams involved, and my winning predictions.
Hey peeps, I'm Skeletorus and welcome back to the channel. But if you're looking to level up your gameplay, then hit that subscribe button along with the bell so we can advance to the next level together.
Since COVID-19 put a stop to the PGS Berlin back in April, PUBG have announced they still want to organise a global tournament. Its solution? The PUBG Continental Series online competitions. This consists of 4 regions, where teams will battle it out to see who is the best in each one. I haven't seen any plans for future tournaments after PCS, but we can assume that the top seeds from each region will automatically be invited to the next global PUBG tournament. The PCS will take place in Asia, with teams coming from Korea, Japan, China and Chinese Taipei. The Asia Pacific tournament will have teams from Southeast Asia and Oceania, and a tournament in Europe and North America. Each region will have a prize pool of $100,000, with a further $100,000 going to a charity of the winner's choice. During the PGS in 2019, the $4 million prize pool was split between all participants, and I would think, even with the massively reduced prize pool, that they would do the same, and it could look something like this. Let's hope they are saving up for a bigger prize pool for a more global tournament in the future, or risk PUBG esports dying. So for the teams of Asia and Asia Pacific, the current entrants will receive some money, as 16 teams have already been invited to each region. The only experience I've had watching any Asian PUBG teams is through the global tournaments I have watched in the past, and therefore assume that the teams I have seen there are the top teams for their regions. With that in mind, I would expect to see Gen G, 4 Angry Men and Entus take the top 3 spots in the Asia region. They each made it to the top 5 of the 2019 PGS, with Gen G winning overall after knocking 4am down to second in the very last game of the tournament. I would also expect to see GEX and maybe Sun Sister take 4th and 5th position. As for the Asia Pacific region, the only 2 teams I recognise are Divine Esports and Athletico, who made it to the 2019 PGS and should make it to the top 5, but having not seen the other teams play, it could make for an interesting tournament to watch. But for the EU and NA regions, it gets a little more exciting. Europe has 9 teams that have been automatically invited, 6 of the big names and 3 teams that proved themselves in the PGS Berlin EU qualifiers. WTSG had also qualified, but after TSM announced in early April that they would be dropping their competitive PUBG team, they then announced 12 days later that they were returning, but with the WTSG roster rebranded TSM. For the EU region, there's going to be a total of 24 teams, so the remaining 15 teams are going to go to open qualifiers. That means we get to see some new teams enter the EU arena and perhaps witness the rise of some new PUBG Pro players. I have played a few amateur tournaments just for fun and come against 3 teams that are now in the second round of the EU Open qualifiers, so I want to wish them good luck. I'm an avid follower of Team Liquid and did also follow WTSG, so I guess that means I'm now a TSM fan. Tell me guys, which teams are you excited to watch to see battle it out in these tournaments? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. For the NA region, it's a similar layout, only smaller. With 8 teams having been invited, it will only have 8 open qualifier spots. I think the EU and NA tournaments are going to be a lot harder to predict. For EU, because the teams such as FaZe, Team Liquid, Na'Vi and TSM have always battled hard for the top spots in every tournament they have been in, with FaZe winning PEL Phase 2 and 3, and Team Liquid, TSM and Na'Vi taking 2nd, 3rd and 4th in Phase 3. ENT did win PEL Phase 1, but they haven't really done so well since then. As for the NA region, well, I hardly recognise the invited teams, who are supposed to be the best in North America. Where is Tempo Storm, Lazarus, Genesis or Team Envy? Well, it turns out that a lot of these organisations dropped their PUBG competitive teams when the future of the NPL became uncertain, and players started looking for better prospects in EU teams. So from the top 8 NA teams, I recognise 3. Sonics, which is actually the Genesis roster rebranded. Oath, which is the Riot Squad esports roster rebranded. and Exodus, which makes them my top 3 for the NA PCS. And you never know, with the open qualifiers allowing new blood into the scene, we might see an unknown team rise through the ranks to amaze and surprise us. The only thing that concerns me with these tournaments are hackers. As the tournaments will be taking place online, it will require the built-in anti-cheat to monitor the games, and we all know how good that is, alongside the referees and observers watching. I do not envy their jobs. I don't expect any invited teams to abuse this, as I hope that they have the integrity to not use hacks or risk losing their reputations and careers. But what about the open qualifiers for EU and NA? Could some of those teams abuse the system and make a mockery of the tournaments? Do hackers concern you in these tournaments? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. The EU and NA qualifiers are taking place right now, but unfortunately there is no official broadcast for these. However, if you know of any streamers that are taking place in these tournaments, they can stream their own point of views. The current schedule has the main events between the 14th and 31st of May, Thursday to Sunday. The Asian regions alternating days for 2 weeks, NA all in 1 week, and the EU region with most of the teams competing, playing each week. You can find the broadcast links down in the description. I will be intently watching the EU region events closely, and will be posting more videos about the tournament in the coming weeks. So to stay up to date and not miss the action, hit that subscribe button along with the bell.
So guys, if you want to keep seeing videos like this one, then consider turning on the notifications. PUBG is not an easy game to master, and I am in no way a master at this game, but I have improved considerably from when I started, and I want to impart the knowledge I wish I knew when I first played. To see more PUBG tips from me, watch these videos here, and if you are new to the channel, then you should consider subscribing so we can advance to the next level together. Until the next video peeps, Skeletorus out.